All right, gorgeous ones. My hair has got a fro mind of its own. I don't know what it's doing. It's just out here today. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna stop saying but anyway. Call me on that. All right, so today is, I'm finally done playing with my with all of the Ace Beauty Paradise collection, and I want to go over it, talk about it. Let's see what's the good and the bad. Is it worth your money? All that other good stuff. So come on in, and if you're new, don't just come on in and hang out. This is probably going to be a long video because I've got 4 palettes to go over, and so if you are ready, let's go on and talk about it. I don't know, excuse the hair, I know it's big. I don't know how this happened, but it's doing its own thing. So I hope y'all enjoy the hair thing I got going on. But anyway, okay, anyway, you saw it, y'all see that? Anyway, let's talk the Ace Beauty Paradise collection. Now let's just be real, that was one of the hottest collections of July that came out, one of the hottest new releases of July. And I'm gonna say, you know, it piqued all of our interest. I mean, they hit a lot of bells with that one, y'all. They hit a lot of bells with that one. So let's talk about it. So let me just say, my extra ass not only got all 4 of them, but I bought them in the PR package. See this, baby? It is so cute. Okay, and so I'm going to show you how it looks. And now, once again, I love the attention to detail. You know, the packaging, you know, it has the little flowers on it. But then if you see this on here, it says Paradise Unparalleled. So then it has that there. And then you open it up and there are all of the palettes. Now, let me just talk about a couple of things. Someone had got this before me and was like upset because there was some issues with it. So first off, for me, I ordered it the very first day it came out. Matter of fact, within 5 minutes after it was released, I was ordering it. So that was on a Tuesday. It shipped out on a Thursday. I should have gotten it by Saturday, but because of some issues with the U.S., the Postal Service had nothing to do with Ace Beauty. I did not get it in my hot little hands till that following Wednesday. So many people have played with it and done a few reviews, but I just got mine in my hands last Wednesday. So with all that, I got it home, and then I opened up the box, and I will say this, their packing was not that great, especially for something like this. It was like there was like some bubble wrap wrapped around it very loosely and a few peanuts in the box. Now they did have Fragile on the box, on the box itself, but it wasn't like the packing wasn't like when I get Juvia's Place. If you buy a Juvia's Place palette, they have bubble wrap within the box itself around your palette, and then they have bubble wrap around it outside of it to make sure. Now of course there's gonna be some problems, but so I was lucky when I got it. It looked good, everything came, no problems, but I could see how it could be some problems. Now why did I get this box? Because what am I really gonna do with this box? I don't know. I was just being extra, y'all. I was just being extra. But let's start talking about the palettes. All right, so now of course there are 4 palettes in this collection. Right now I think the PR bundle is like $124.99. I did not pay that much, and you'll get free shipping. I think if you just buy and I think this is the only thing available right now. They are supposed to be restocking it. This is a permanent collection. It is not limited, just so you know. So there's no, so you do have the ability to get it later. It is permanent. It is not a limited collection. I saw them say that, that this is permanent. So awesome. Which is awesome, because I mean, like for me, I don't mind limited editions, but I don't know, I'm not on that limited edition train. Like that seriously, it's like, because you get stuff and then, you know, it's gone, and people are like, shut up talking about it. But there are people who have it, so there's you know, there's this like place, and you know, you kind of like stuck in the middle. All right, so anyway, have these. So let me talk about them. So let's take them out. Now let's talk about the stuff that everybody wants to know. This is 19.2 grams or 0.68 ounces per palette. These are, I know they're cruelty free. I don't think they're vegan, but I do know that Ace Beauty is cruelty free. I'm not sure if they're vegan. I cannot tell you that, but yeah, but that's what I know. And I mean, really, look at this box though, y'all. I mean, they even have like their logo on the right there. They have their logo on the bag. I mean, they really did some good work. Now, do you need this PR box? No, you don't. I think it's like $20. Oh, no, it's like $115 if you don't get this. Yeah, I think it's $115 if you don't. Ouch. If you don't buy the box. But right now, the only thing available right now is the PR bundle, because everything else is sold out. So the individual ones are sold out. Just buying all 4, because the 4 was like, I want to say 105 or something, and then that you could use discount codes, so it wound up costing you like that, because I know. So that's how it went. All right, so let's talk about them. So the first thing is, this is the Blossom Passion, this is the Paradise Fallen, this is Classical Paradise right here, and then this is Slice of Paradise right here. Okay, so of course, I'm a packaging whore. Now I know some people said the packaging is okay and it's cheap, but I don't think it's any cheaper than anything else. These are going for retailing for $32.99 a piece, and they have 12 shadows inside. They are each of them are cardboard. They're cardboard, but it's a heavy cardboard, just like many of them that we get now. And it has a magnetic closure, which of course we love. So that's how they are. Now each of them, what I like is that they kept it true to the theme on each one, and they have and there's a slight embossing around the name itself, and that is true on here too. So there's a little raised, a couple of the flowers are raised right around here. Just those touches I love. And then they put, of course, the name Blossom Passion on the side. Love it, love it, love it for that. Now, if you have not seen them all, I'm going to open them all up, but they all have a different color story, which I love. I think I like the collection as a whole, because they each have a different color story that is so different from each one, so, you know, specific for that color, for that palette, which I really, really like. So let's get to talking about the palettes themselves. I'm going to start out with the Blossom palette, probably because I love pink. Pink is my favorite color, so I want to start out with the Blossom. It's the Blossom Passion. My bad. It's the Blossom Passion. So let's just open it up and let you witness the beauty of the Blossom Passion. Now, let me say, the first thing is that just in general, Ace Beauty has a really good formulation for their mattes and their shimmers in general. I also have the Quintessential palette, and I love that palette also. It's, you know, a deeper, more neutrally with pops of color palette. So that's that. Now, the thing about these is that they really took the time to create really good color stories. And so this, for a pink one, is just beautiful. It has 8, okay, let me say this again. It has 8 mattes. It has 1 shimmer and then 3 metallics. So one is more of a shimmer, which is Beauty right here, but the other, and then you have Orchid, Peony, and Eros, which are the metallics in here. Now, you know, usually with metallics, you want to use, like, you know, your finger or your brush, but honestly, especially Peony you can use that with a dry brush and just pat it on, and it'll be beautiful on the eyes. However, of course, for more intensity, I would say go ahead and wet the brush or just tap it on. It's going to be top notch. The mattes in here, and I have made sure that I have used every matte in here, are gorgeous. I will be putting up a picture right here of a look I did with it, because I'm not going to do necessarily, I will be doing looks later. I just really want to review these. All right, so let's just talk about the palette. The palette itself is beautiful. The color story makes so much sense to me. And now here's the thing, I love the fact that it has so many different pinks in it, because it is a pink palette. And you know, sometimes, you know, the error is like with Norvina, people were like, oh, it's not a purple palette, oh, it's not a purple palette. But these palettes are really true to the colors that they're trying to go for. This is a pink palette, it's a pink palette. And what they did was, it's so beautiful, is like they've put in things like this beautiful, look at this red rose. Now I've heard that Sugar Pill has the best red out there, but this is a beautiful red too. No lies, no lies, no lies. Look at that beautiful red. And then what they did was also, then they used this one right here underneath it, which is Desire. I put in just a little bit, so if that one's a little too much, this one has a little more pinky tones to it, so that's a more blue tone, where that's a pinky tone red, so that you can really, really, really make beautiful looks from a very vibrant and, you know, reds and hot reds and with pinks, or you can go more muted with it. For instance, the Love right there, you know, these are the most vibrant colors in the palette, and they are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. I mean, and when you put them on, they blend really well. They do not muddy. They are powdery, but as I've always said, I prefer powdery. You know, a slight powder, there should be some kick up, there should be a little fallout. It's not to the point that I'm like, oh my God, I'm losing so much shadow. I will not lose it like Lucia Tupper does, but you know, there's enough to give you a good amount of, you know, pick up on your brush, tap out your brush and bring it in. Now I've used Dahlia. Really, I love this color right here. It's a super kind of mauvey color. I love it. It's so muted, it's so pretty. It's just such a beautiful rose pinky color that is so cute on like for transition work, along with Carnation. And then they've got this Carnation right here, which is, oh, look at that coral. You got to have like a pinky peachy coral when you're doing a pink, you know, a pink one. Oh, so gorgeous, so gorgeous. Now the one thing that I will say that I really, really enjoy in here is this color right here, Seduction. And the reason why I do is because, you know, when you get these type of palettes, one of the things we always talk about is how, you know, they always putting in these blacks. Well, this is not black. That is a blackened purple, which I love for this particular palette to, you know, deepen your outer V, your crease, for anything like that. I like it because it's not a black. It has a little color itself, so it can really, you know, create a different dimension to the color and to the story. Because like for me, I'm gonna do something like, so you could do like this, you could do like especially like Desire, put that out on your crease and then use this Seduction, and you're gonna get this really pretty different look. Now I am the type who I will layer, you know, a matte and then put a, you know, I will layer things like, I will layer the shimmers, I will layer my mattes, you know, I will do that just to create different looks and colors. Now the shimmers in here, I'm so happy they didn't go all these shimmers. So Beauty right here is more of a shimmer. It is very almost a satin, but it has just enough shimmer to make it work. So it has just a little sheen to it, not too much. You can see it right now when I do that, to make it so that you can use it not just in, you know, on the lid. You can actually use this in the crease if you wanted to, you know, depending on what the color, you know, your eye look is going to be. And Peony right here is such a beautiful, beautiful, you know, you always got to have that kind of like, I mean, that's like that beautiful light pink. And Peony you can actually use without adding any water to your brush. You know, a lot of times with metallics, you want to add a little water to make it foiled, or you want to tap it on. You can actually use a dry brush and it will come out just like this. Eros right here is so gorgeous too. Now this one I would actually definitely use a Fix Plus or something on it. However, it's so, and then Orchid is just like, look at how Orchid looks. Orchid is like this reddish shimmer, and it's so cute because I don't have this color shimmer, and when you look in the pan, it looks pretty, you know, it looks pretty like nondescript. Like, what color is this? Is this like a coppery color? And that's what I thought at first, but then when you play with it, you see that it's this red shimmer. All right, so that's the Blossom Passion. Let's go on to the next. All right, so now next up is Slice of Paradise by in this collection. Now, of course, same packaging, just different colors. In this light blue, I'm already getting it dirty. Oh well, I don't really worry about that. That means I'm already loving it. So here is Slice of Paradise. Now this one has 10 mattes and only 2 shimmers. The shimmers right here are Peacock and, I'm sorry, Peacock is right here and Fruit Dove is right here. Now the interesting thing is this one has a, the names are bird themed. So all of them are pretty much kind of bird themed. Ooh, child, this is, if you just want to get a bright colored one, this is, and let's just talk about this. The brights, these companies have come with the brights, and it's pretty much been the indie companies that have come hard with the brights this summer season. Last season it was not like this. This season the indie companies have been hearing what we've been saying, and they have come hard with the brights. So this right here is a beautiful, beautiful, you know, colors. Now, for someone who is kind of, you know, I'm not used to colors, this might be a little intense for you. This, because it doesn't have any neutrals at all. It is truly a bright palette with beautiful, bright, vibrant colors that you can play with. Now, for me, I mean, like right now, I am wearing it right now. What do I have on? I have the Daffodil, you can see right there. Now, Daffodil, you do have to like pack it on with the yellows, because with yellows, the thing with yellows is you can blend it and then it will come in and it will be a beautiful blend. But if you really want an intense yellow, you need to pack it on. So I did pack it on right there. And then I use Kiwi right next to it. I don't know if you can see it from there, but there's Kiwi. And then I've also used, to do the transition, I use Flamingo right at the top to give me like a nice little pinky wash of color, because before I messed it up and it was looking crazy. I had too much blue going on. And then I've used Macaw in my outer V, you know, right out there to, you know, create that depth in there, and in the crease. So the crease, hold on y'all. Okay, they're gone. All right, I just had to give them a little, you know, because I'm gonna conduct them. Anyway, so these, let me just say, just in general, the mattes and the shimmers really work very well. Just in general, you know, I have no complaints about any of them. And I know, and once again, I have not watched any reviews of this because I did not want to be biased. I wanted to play with them. I wanted to see how they worked for me and then put out my review. And then I'm going to watch some just to see what they're saying. But honestly, I don't see any, I haven't had any super bad problems. I will discuss certain shadows, but in general, overall, these palettes are very good. Now this, like I said, when you come to the yellow, I know people are looking for an intense yellow. So this is like you need to pack it on, but when you pack it on, you will get the intensity you want. Especially if you do a white base, or, you know, a really light concealer, or, you know, to lighten up the skin, you know, your eyelid area. You're gonna, because that's what I did here, and it came out really well. I packed it on really nicely, and the thing is, I didn't have a lot of fallout even with me packing it on. So I didn't have a lot of fallout. I haven't had really any fallout with any of these eyeshadows. Now, and what I like is, like, if you really look at it, there's so many ways that you can play with this and make really beautiful, vibrant, you know, slice of paradise, you know, looks. The shimmers on here, like Peacock, is very, it's one of those, it's more of a shimmer. It is a shimmer, it's not a metallic. You see it's got a little slight sheen to it. If you want to really intensify it, you really need to go ahead and spray your brush, because it's going to come on very light if you use a dry brush. And if you're using your fingers, it's going to come on like this. So it's going to give you a nice sheen to your eye, but not an intense, you know, metallic look to it. Now, Fruit Dove also is more of a metallic. So the Fruit Dove is your metallic in there, and you can see the difference when you see them both there. You can see the difference, and it's a beautiful green. I do have it layered on top of the Daffodil in my inner corner. Works really well. I haven't used it with, I use it, you know, when I do my inner corner, I don't wet the brush. I just use it really dry. It came on very easy. It picks up really easy because it's not super soft like the Norvina. Metallics are pretty soft. These are soft enough for you to pick them up, but not so soft that it seems like, oh, am I wasting them? So you don't use a lot. Like the Norvina palette with the metallics, you got to be careful because you can pick up too much because they are very soft. But this one has a really nice, they're pressed really well into the palettes, so they're pressed hard enough so that they stay, but not too hard that you can't get them out. Now, I will tell you what, I love Macaw and Honeyberry. These are such beautiful. I'm going to do Macaw first. They're such beautiful colors to like deepen your crease, do some crease work with it. I mean, they're so, I'm so sorry, but I really do love this palette. I haven't had any issues with anything that I've done with them, honestly. They're just so blendable, they're just so pigmented. If you really want to try a bright palette, now, you know, like if I tell everybody, if you really just want to try out a bright palette, go ahead and get the BH Cosmetics one. Take me back to Brazil, because it will give you the colors, but it'll be inexpensive. But if you want to invest in a nice bright palette, but you don't want too many brights, you know, where you don't want to have like the Violet Voss where so many, this is a good palette to start with. Or if Morphe brings it back to 35B or do something like that where it's just so many of them, it's just overwhelming. This is a good one to start with because it gives you all the colors you need. It gives you the yellows, it gives you the oranges, it gives you a nice you know, shades of the oranges, it gives you a range of pinks right there. What the heck? And then it gives you the greens and the blues and a little purple that you need to really create nice colorful looks with one palette. So like I said, this look came from there, and right after this, as soon as I'm done talking about this, at the end of the reviews, there will be a tutorial using this one that I did my very first look, which is right here with the palettes, because this is the first palette that I used. So this look will be at the end of this. So if you want to jump ahead, I will put it, I guess I'll put it in a timestamp where you can see how to do the look. This, as somebody called it, my cotton candy eyes. So the Slice of Paradise, if you want to do, if you're looking for a nice, easy to work with bright palette, because the thing with the BH Cosmetics, it's a little drier formula. Some of the colors are a little bit harder to blend, so they can be a little more intimidating for someone who's just starting out with bright colors. This is a good palette if you want to spend the money to really try out some brights, and it'll be easy to work with as opposed to some that are a little bit harder. All right, so let's go to the next one. All right, next up is the Paradise Fallen. Now this one is This one is the purple palette. Yes. Now I'm not gonna do a whole review right here about it because I actually have a complete review between this one and the Norvina palette when I did my battle of the purple palettes, the purple palette battle, whatever. Oh my goodness, I got stuff all over me, y'all. I still have stuff. Okay, so if you want to see the complete review of this one, go ahead and look in the cards right here, and then you can go there, and I will put it in the description box, that particular video, so that you can see exactly the full review of this. But this is such a beautiful palette. The one thing I would say about this one is that I didn't think they needed the blackout. I think because they have such a deep, beautiful shadow, is this deep purple in there, that they could have popped out that and given us a lighter purple, like a lavender matte. Then I would have been just like, yes, this is it. I love it. I love it. Well, I still love it though. So anyway, this is the Paradise Fallen. Like I said, you can see the full I got something on it already. Okay, my bad. You know how you do that spit. Remember, anybody who's a parent, y'all know how y'all be spitting on stuff and the finger just happen. Okay, so anyway, this is the Paradise Fallen. Please make sure you go ahead and watch the full review in that particular video, because I'm not gonna, that's just like a rerun and I'd be saying the same things twice. So so that was that one. So let me go on to the last one. Alright, so the last one is the Ace Beauty Classical Paradise, and this is like a this is a neutral palette for the person who has all these neutral palettes and just wants a different one, because this one is a neutral palette, but it's so different on, you know, it's like it's taking the neutral palettes and upped it like 2 notches. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's done. It's upped it like 2 notches where you like, oh shit now. Okay, so this is you know, very warm neutrals, but baby, it's done a few things in here that's made my heart beat fast. So this one has the most shimmers. This one has 5 shimmers in it, 7 mattes, which I'm okay with them. And the thing is funny is that, like, I looked at some and I was like, oh, they kind of look the same. So I'm gonna go through the shimmers first and show them to you, talk about them, and then we're gonna go through the mattes, because oh, the mattes are love. Okay, so the first shimmer is Barley right there, and this is this light shimmer. Now the shimmers in this one are super intense. Let me look at my notes. The shimmers in here are the most intense shimmers. They don't have any satiny ones. They have these are all metallics. So that's Barley, and then you've got this yellow one right here, sunflower. So then you've got Sunflower right there, and look at that, beautiful. And it's not a gold, it's truly, because you know, I was like, do they do gold? But no, it is a yellow shimmer, y'all. It's a yellow shimmer, because those are hard to find. Everybody give you a gold, but they rarely give you a yellow shimmer. And so next up is Hay right there. That's Hay. Now I thought this was gonna be I was like, I don't necessarily want it because I got enough rose gold, but this is more of a peach. You see that peach right there? That's a peach shimmer. And that's why I said this takes it up to a different notch when it comes to this, you know, neutral palette, because it took the things that you normally have and took it to a different space than what we normally see in these palettes, because so many of the palettes, neutral palette, these warm neutral palettes look alike. And then you got Harvest right here, and Harvest is a very intense, I'm gonna put this right here, it's a very intense coppery color. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's a very, I'm terrible when I get on my arm. Let me do like that. And it's a very intense coppery color. And really, Harvest and Hay, you really can do those dry. You do not need to do anything on a brush with them at all. You can just, you know, put them, do a dry brush, tap it on. They are so intense. Of course, if you add a little, you know, spray to the brush or tap it on, it's going to be even more intense. But if you like to use a dry brush, and I like to try them out with dry brushes just to see, do they actually work? Because I think then they're really a better quality then. So this one is Mineral right here, And this is like, mineral is like, I don't know how to even explain it. It's like a dirty gold. It's a dirty gold, y'all. It's a dirty gold right there. It's a dirty gold. Oh, let me see. Where do I need to put it at? Okay, so that's where I'm going to put it at. So for you all to see it, I'm going to put it right here. I just got it all up and down my left arm. So this is mineral right there. And it's kind of got this, like, when you look at it, it kind of looks almost silvery, but it's like this dirty gold, which I love because I'm not a big gold. I'm just not a big gold shimmer person, like that intense gold. I don't like it. So if I want to wear them, I want something like this, which is more of an antique gold. So you get a gold feel to it, but it's a little more burnished as opposed to that bright ass like 14 karat yellow gold. That's just not my style. Hold on. All right, so let's talk about the mattes. Sorry, I had to like wipe all that stuff off. Let's talk about the mattes. The mattes have a really nice color story. Now, the rye is such a nice, pretty, you know, everybody can't use this because on me, this is like pretty much on my eyelids, it's gonna be like, yeah. It's definitely a brow bone color, definitely, and which is kind of cute that they actually have a brow bone color. So I like that. Now maize, now whereas daffodil is a very intense, you know, bright summery yellow, they put this maize in there, which is a little bit more golden. It's kind of, it looks like with maize in the crayons or goldenrod. It's kind of got that goldenrod color to it, which I have actually done another look, which is right here. And so I really like that maize right there. Now this color right here is the color of the palette. And I want to say this is almost the color, yeah. Okay, so this is golden apple. And I don't want to come over there. So there's golden apple, and I love this green because I have not seen this green anywhere. You know, I don't have the Gemini palette, so maybe they have a green like this, but I love this green. It's almost, it's like, you know, it's more intense than a green apple, because a green apple will be usually lighter, but this green right here, this is gonna be my color, y'all. This is gonna be my color of the season. You see me in neutrals, it's gonna be in this color right here. It's gonna be that color right there. But now here's the and then vegetation is this beautiful orange, and I like the fact because so often the neutral palettes go very you know, muted on these type of colors, mainly because they want them to be warm neutral, and most people don't want to deal with this kind of intensity of a red. But yes, they need that intensity of a red. Now let's talk about these last three neutrals that they have in here. I mean mattes that they have in here. Now of course you're talking about warm neutrals, very fall. I mean this screams fall. You have clay, soil, and earth. Now I'm gonna swatch them all. So we got clay right here, and this is just this beautiful cranberry-ish color right there. And then you have soil, which is right here, which is a little deeper right there. So then you've got soil right there, and then finally you have earth. Now the thing I love about these is that these are not, earth is not a dark brown. It is a burgundy. It is a deep, you know, it's a brown burgundy. So it's got a little brown, it's a burgundy, some brown in it. Now here's the only thing I say is that these three colors were not necessary, all of them. What I think they could have done was pulled this color out right here, which is the middle one, and then because you've got this one right here and you've got this one right here, I think they could have pulled out this one and gone with another green. Like if they had gone with a deep forest green, could you see that? Could you see like this one was a deep forest green to really, so you would have two colors to darken the crease with, and a deep forest green right there. Oh, I would have fallen out. I would have been like, Miss Scarlett. I would have done a Scarlett O'Hara faint on the floor. Not to say that this is not a pretty palette, not to say that they don't look good, but these, I just don't think the middle tone was necessary for this palette. I think that if it, you know, it would have been just one step even better than it is if that had been a deep green. Can y'all see it, or is it just me? Is it just me? Okay, okay, maybe it is just me. Maybe it's just me. Okay, so now that I'm done with all the palettes, and let's just say, spoiler alert, I love them all. If you all can't see that, I do love them. And I don't love every palette I get, because I'm going to talk about something that, when I go over my summer palettes, there's going to be some mad palettes in it. But let me just say one thing. Now, when I was going into the last one, I read something, and I was like, oh, I guess I should have read that. So let me just read the back part, the description that they put on these palettes that I did not bother to read, because I'm Lulu and I don't read stuff like this. I just be doing my thing. It says the Blossom Passion palette is part of our Paradise collection. It features 12 colors that can be used to create bold, sexy looks. Each color has been carefully milled and pressed to provide the easiest, smoothest application and the most excellent color payoff. And that is so true. So that's what it says on the Blossom Passion. On the Paradise Fallen, it says you know, blah blah blah. It features 12 colors that can be used to create bold, sultry looks. The Slice of Paradise. It features 12 colors that can be used to create bold, fun looks. Very true. And the Classical Paradise features 12 colors that can be used to create timeless looks. So maybe if I had just like read their descriptions, I could have gave y'all those, but now you have them now. Now this part of the video is over, and I'm going to stop talking right here, and then we're gonna go into the look I did with the Slice of Paradise. I hope you all enjoy it, and if you decide not to watch that, go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you like it. Give me any comments, any questions. Which one is calling your name? Which one of these is calling your name? Do you want me to, which ones do you want me to really do some looks with? I love this palette, and I'm saying that this is, and I don't say this for everything I have, but these are worth the money. You know, $32.99. Go ahead and give up that money, y'all. Go and give up that money. All right, so it's your Lulu. If you don't watch the rest, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. And if you're new and you made it this far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out, because that's just the polite thing to do. All right, so I'll talk to you all later. Go on and watch the tutorial, though. Go and stay in for that. All right, bye-bye. All right, so here we go. My 11s are trying to come in, you all. Okay, so, oh, those damn 11s. Okay, so I'm using Flamingo as my transition color. It's pretty much one of the lightest colors in the palette. It's the most neutral, honestly. It's a like a coral color, pale coral. Love it, love it, love it. So I turned on the light so you all could see it better. And this was the very first time I used the palettes, any of them, and oh my goodness, they were so easy. You see how easy the color is? Now next up is Starling. And Starling, I was putting in the crease. Alright, next up I'm going to take Honeyberry, and I'm going to put that in the outer V up into the crease. Okay, so I did a cut crease and I forgot to turn on the camera, so that's Bluebell in the cut crease, and then I went around it with the Honeyberry to like blend it all in. So yeah, I did a cut crease, forgot to mention that. And then I didn't think the corners were deep enough, so then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to take Macaw and I'm going to take my claw right here, and I'm going to deepen out the outer edge because the honeyberry was not making it deep enough in the corners. I like it around the edges of the color itself of that bluebell, but it just needs to have a deeper color in the corner. So that's what I want to do right there, just to deepen it up. Okay, then after this, now it looks kind of crazy, but I did get it on good because I was just, you know, I noticed that I wasn't getting it in as well because I have a slight fold right there. So then after I put on my makeup, I then did my under eyes with a little of the honeyberry underneath and then smudge it in. And then I'm going to do my inner corners with Peacock. And I wound up having to like wet the brush because Peacock is, you know, needs a little wet, you know, needs to be a little bit wet in order for it to, you know, give you a good color payoff. All right, so now here's my finishing look. I absolutely love it. Someone said it looks like cotton candy, and I have to agree. This is one of my favorite looks I've ever done. I might have to do this again, or go out on a date or something because it looks so cute. I love it. All right, bye-bye.